Trojan family, Trojan gang, man. Got some good news on a dark season. Got some bright news. This is the type of trench work we need. This is the type of trench work we need. All right. So let's read the little article breaking. 4-star offensive tackle Aaron Dunn commits to USC. I did a video on this kid. You want to see a scout report on this kid? Go back into the archives, right? Go back into the archives. Before you go back into the archives, can y'all please go over to Carter TV and sub? Because eventually videos finna slow up here on Carter Sports. I'm bringing most of the content to Carter TV. So y'all can sit here at Carter Sports all y'all want. Right? But everything's finna start going to Carter TV. So y'all better go and sub to Carter TV, especially if y'all want them good recruiting videos, them good in-depth, detailed videos. Man, go to Carter TV. Right? A day after 4-star Spanish Fork, Utah offensive tackle Aaron Dunn announced his decommitment from Utah on Thursday, he announced he's flipped his commitment to USC. While we predicted a flip to USC for Aaron Dunn, USC is obviously still targeting some extremely talented offensive linemen, but there wasn't a clear favorite for the Trojans to add to their 2025 recruiting class until Thursday. Despite 3 losses, the recruiting momentum remains strong. It looked like it. I guess the kids is seeing this at a brighter lens than we is, right? Because the recruiting still looks smooth. Even though we missed out on Elijah Griffin, this is a good pickup on the other side of the trenches, right? Back in August, we told our subscribers, we're told Aaron Dunn was all set to commit to USC the night before his announcement, and that Josh Henson and USC never stopped communicating with him. Now, it did feel like that Utah stole him in the middle of the night because he was already crystal ball to us before. This was one of them players that was crystal ball to us, but ended up not committing to us. He committed to Utah. On Thursday, just after Dunn decommitted from Utah, a source told us USC still feels good about him. Ultimately, the above is why we submitted a prediction for Dunn, right? So let's look at this class real quick. Let's look at this class. Let's see where it's at. I don't know if this is the updated rankings, but number 10 ain't bad, right? Got Jerome Miles, Julian Lewis, Matai Tegal, Ty Jackson, Hayden Lowe. I heard Hayden Lowe about to get bumped to a 5-star. That's what I'm hearing, right? And then you got Aaron Dunn, a high 4-star, been a 4-star, 6'7", 288. Big, strong, and he got some athleticism to his game as well. Like, go check out the film. I might do another scout report on him on Carter TV, right? But this is a massive pickup, right? We complaining right now about our offensive line, right? We complaining right now about our offensive line and how it's looking. So this is a good step in the right direction. We need dudes like this and develop them. Right? Can Josh Henson develop? Because some people complain about Josh Henson recruiting, but I don't think so. Like, all the linemen we got on our team, we felt good about when they signed. We felt like them were good pickups, right? So now we got Aaron Dunn. You know what I'm saying? You compare him with Carday Smith. That's solid. If they get coached up and live up to their potential, that's 2 pillars you could have on the offensive line. 2 offensive tackles at that, right? 2 tackles at that. So if they develop right, we could have great protection for Juju Lewis in the future with Cardi Smith and Aaron Dunn at the tackles, right? Who else? I think we got another offensive lineman. Yeah, we got Willie Washer. I think he gonna end up being the center. He's an inside. Oh, and we got Vicona. So this make our offensive line class kind of beefy, right? You got Elijah Vicona, 6'8", 370, right? We can't just think because of that size they're going to dominate, though. I mean, look at Elijah Page and how he's struggling on pass protection. So that's one thing to worry about with these big offensive linemen. You're going to predict they're able to run block very well. The challenge is going to be the pass block, but they got the skill set. I mean, you 6'7", 6'8", long arms. If you just got the hips, then you would be pretty nice in the pass game, right? So we got Vicona 6'7", 6'8", 370. We got Willie Washer 6'3", 290. We got Cardi Smith 6'6.5", 295. Aaron Dunn 6'7", 288, right? So that's a nice little offensive line class. I mean, that's 4 solid offensive linemen right there. Right? And is Vicona a tackle too? I think Vicona is a tackle too. So the offensive line recruiting class looking decent. Fight on, y'all. Man, I hope USC can turn around their season too, man. Like, that's like I said, I feel like the only way. What's up, Christian? I feel like the only way we can I'm still trying to make the playoffs, y'all. I don't know about y'all, right? I'm still trying to make the playoffs. So I was thinking the only way we can make the playoffs, right? The only way we can make the playoffs if we put in a new quarterback and go 6-0, right? We put in a new quarterback and go 6-0, and then they have to look at us at an undefeated team. They'll have to look at us as 2 different seasons. Like, okay, USC is 9-3, but they undefeated since they got their new quarterback. I think if we put in Mayava and then go undefeated, right? I think we could. I think they'll consider putting us in the playoffs. Like, what y'all think? That's how I feel, right? But Lincoln Riley then made it clear that he's not. He going with Miller. So it's like then now we just playing for next season. Now we just playing, I guess, to keep this recruiting class, right? But I still want to play for the season. I don't want to punt on this season, right? I don't want to punt on this season. So I'm still hoping from somehow, some way that Mayava could get in the game, man. Aaron Dunn, this is a little Twitter post, right? He tweeted fight on. You know what I'm saying? So it's legit. I was disappointed when he had committed to Utah when he was crystal ball to us, right? Let's see what Trojan family saying on Twitter. USCJ, first one to comment, right? Fight on, fight on. You know what I'm saying? Love to see it. So I guess, that go Woody Marks, mama talking about welcome nephew. So yeah, this is a major pickup, and now this dude make our offensive line class look very nice, right? I'm gonna go back to our class, right? Let's go back to the class and let's just go over these commitments, especially in the trenches, right? Let's go over these commitments in the trenches because that's what we need. We always gonna have the Jerome Miles and Julian Lewis's. You know what I'm saying? We always gonna have that. We got Hayden Lowe, like I said. Hayden Lowe, I seen him he was at the Penn State game, right? Big kid, 6'3". He ain't 227 no more. The kid like 260 now. On 3, need to update that, right? But this kid right here, Hayden Lowe, it been rumors that he boost to a 5-star. Like, he been balling that hard. Like, he's climbing in the rankings, right? So we got this dude, the edge. We need an edge that could get pressure on the quarterback, right? We need a sack machine, especially with D'Anton Lynn's system. Y'all know we need a sack machine. So hopefully this kid could be that kid, right? He's rising up to that 5-star status. Remember, we missed out on Isaiah Gibson. We missed out on a couple edges the last couple years, right? So hopefully he can make up for us losing Isaiah Gibson, edge rusher. What was the other edge rusher that we had lost out on? I forget, but this year we at least missed on like 2 edge rushers. Was that Jared Smith? Am I thinking about Jared Smith, RoboCop, 6'7", 6'6" edge rusher, right? So hopefully this kid right here can make up for that, the misses we had, right? All right, we back here now. Who else we got in the trenches? Let's see. We got Aaron Dunn. We talked about him. He a beast. He good, right? Can we develop offensive lineman, especially when you like Aaron Dunn, 6'7", 280? you're gonna be as good as your technique and your work ethic, right? So he got NFL potential and Cardi Smith. So we got two tackles that got NFL potential already, NFL size. Can they develop the technique? Will John Henson develop them right and get the right coaching, right? So Hayden Lowe, Aaron Dunn, Cardi Smith. That's three in the trenches, two on the offensive side, one on defense, right? Let's go down this class. We got Floyd Bucard in the trenches. We know he a sleeper. He's one of them kids that everybody who scout be like, how this kid a 3-star? You know what I'm saying? 6'3", 315. You ask him, he's 6'4". You know what I'm saying? But he's a baller, right? I got a video on Floyd Bucard too. I got a couple videos. Y'all could go into the archives and see the scouting report on Floyd Bucard. That's 4 guys in the trenches that I really like. Floyd Bucard, tape look lit. You know what I'm saying? Great defensive tackle, right? Hayden Lowe, tape look lit. Great edge rusher. Got the size, got the athleticism. And Aaron Dunn and Cardi Smith, pro potential, right? So that's 4 in the trenches that I like. Then we got Gus Cordova, the most recruited kid in the country. He got the most offers in the country, Gus Cordova, this kid right here, right? He got the most offers in the country, but he rated a 3-star for reasons outside of football, right? I see he's rated a 4-star on one of these sites. That's probably Rivals. I ain't even gonna click on it, but he underrated. He's a baller. He's a kid, you know, playing Texas. Like, he dominates, right? That's 5 dudes right there in the trenches that I like. Then you got Willie Washer, that's 6. Vicona, that's 7. So when I think about it, we slowly creeping up on it. We got the numbers. So we got 1, 2, that's 2 offensive linemen. We got 3, 4 offensive linemen, right? We got 4 offensive linemen, defensive linemen. 1, that's Hayden Lowe. 2, that's Floyd Bucard. 3, that's Gus Cordova, right? So we got 4 offensive linemen and 3 defensive linemen. I want to get 3 more defensive linemen, at least 2. Hopefully we could get Jakeem Stewart, right? And then another D tackle. Because Jakeem Stewart, I feel like he could play D end. I think I want him at D end. Him and Hayden Lowe at the ends, and give me Floyd Bucard and somebody else in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Another D tackle up in there, right? So the class is shaping up. I can't be mad, and I'm surprised after how this season going. I'm surprised that we still getting recruits. I'm surprised we still getting recruits. What y'all think? Y'all surprised we still getting recruits? Who does USC have a chance at getting in the defensive line? Let's see. Let's see. Let me show y'all. Let me show y'all how. Let's show y'all this the light work. We could go on Twitter and get deep, but I'm gonna show y'all the light work, right? Who could we get, right? So let me go to let's see if anything in the predictions, right? You could go to recruiting predictions. They'll tell you a little bit, right? Let me see. It's just the latest commits. Ain't no new trending, right? But y'all all know about Jakeem Stewart. And then we could check the offers. Like, let's look at the offers that USC got. Right. So let me go back to the On3 USC. I'm gonna go to the offers for y'all. Let y'all see the offers. It'll show you who they offered, at least who they offered, right? So let me see. Excuse me. On3 be acting weird. Let me go back. See who we didn't offer. All right, bam. Offers. And we're gonna look at the defensive line offers, what offers we got out there, right? For the 2025 class. So let me see. It's because you asked that. show that, and get up out of here. So let me see. These the running backs, wide receivers, tight ends, offensive tackles. All right, let me see. Interior offensive line. The D line should be next. Are these the edges? Isaiah Gibson, we know he flipped from us. Jared Smith, I wanted him. That's who I was talking about Hayden Lowe. You know, he make that sting a little bit just less, missing out on Jared Smith. Justin Hill, he committed to Alabama. These is edges. We want to see the tackles, right? So let me take y'all to the tackles. See who as SC offered when it comes to the defensive tackles. Let's see. All right, defensive line. Elijah Griffin, man, we lost out, but it ain't over. It ain't over. This stuff is fluid. Elijah Griffin, we lost out. He committed to Georgia. It ain't over, though. Georgia been looking kind of, they program been kind of going through a lot of turmoil. But he from Georgia. It's going to be hard to flip him. I can't lie, right? Justice Terry, he's still out there. Jakeem Stewart, Jakeem Stewart is a 93% to LSU. That's what it say right now. But it's fluid, right? These things are fluid. Isaiah Campbell, defensive lineman, right? We done offered him. Let's see. Who we had on Malik Autry. That's the dude we trying to flip right here. I would love to get Malik Autry, right? He committed to Auburn, but it's a lot of smoke to him about us, just like Cardi Smith had committed to Auburn, right? So we didn't got players flip. We didn't miss out on players, but we also didn't flip players. So I know for sure we going at the Malik Autry tough. We going at the Myron Charles tough. And I know we like Kevin Wynn. I know these three right here, that's in order. I know Coach Henning like them and feel good about them, even though they committed, right? Even though they committed. Hold on. Even though they committed, my bad, y'all. Even though they committed, we hot on their trail. So look for dudes like Malik Autry. This is how we just flip Aaron Dunn. Like we got a chance to flip Malik Autry and Myron Charles, right? Them two I know for sure, right? Hopefully they still on Josiah Sharma, right? He committed to Texas, right? And they looking good. It's gonna be hard to flip him, but he from Cali, he from up north. But I know they still should be trying to pursue all these linemen on the West Coast, right? I know at one point they showed a lot of interest in Xavier Hardy. I know they ain't giving up on Trajan Odom too. I know we was hard on Trajan Odom and Jacquez Carter, right? So as you see, we got Bucar. A lot of these dudes is committed, but y'all see a commitment don't mean nothing. Kids is committed until they not, right? And if you keep hearing smoke, they still going on visits, there is a possibility we could flip them. So to answer the question about defensive tackle, I put Brandon Brown in there as well, even though they committed, right? We just flipped the committed kid. So we can't care nothing about the commitments. I'm just telling y'all what I hear smoke about. Hear smoke about Brandon Brown, Jacquez Carter, Trajan Odom. I want them to go at Sharma. I don't be hearing no smoke about Sharma, though, to be honest with y'all. Kevin Wynn, Myron Charles, and Malik Autry. If I got to pick one, I'll say probably Malik Autry. Right? So how y'all feeling about this new commitment? You can't fire Carter TV? Hold on. I'm going to go to Carter TV, and I'm going to get the link. Hold on. I'm going to go to Carter TV and get the link for you real quick. Let me see. Oregon playing Purdue right now. What's the score on that? I didn't even know they was playing. hold on. Nah, man. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to get this link for my boy. Hold on. What's the score in that Oregon Purdue game? Why? I'm trying to copy and paste this link. Trying to drag this shit. I don't know why it won't let me copy. Hold on. All right, hold on. Stop doing that. All right, I got it. Bam. I'm gonna drop it in the chat for you right now. All right, sophomore. I just dropped it in the chat. Subscribe to Carter TV because that's when I'm gonna start bringing most of content, and I'm gonna go more in depth on the content. So, like on a commitment like this, I'll go to Carter TV and do another scouting report on it and bring y'all the story and all that. Right here, Carter Sports, this raw reaction. I just seen the kid committed, so it had me going over our class. So hopefully, like I was telling y'all, these three right here, Malik Autry, Myron Charles, Kevin Wynn, I feel like them is the best, and Jakeem Stewart. Them four right there is the most likely, right? And them the four that I hear the most smoke about. If we could get two of them, if we could get Jakeem Stewart and say Autry, we looking nice. Add Jakeem Stewart and Autry to what we already got, Hayden Lowe and Gus Cordova, right? Then we looking nice. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully we keep this momentum. I'm happy that these kids is not being scared off by our record, right? And they still see the vision. USC coaches, they must talk a good one, right? They must talk a good one because to get commitments, I guess that this shows how down we probably look to teams these last couple of years, right? That they seeing moral victories for us. Like, I guess they expected us to get smashed by Penn State and smashed by these teams. So apparently, to the recruits, y'all, we doing better. We doing better than they thought. And we still could have the number 10 class, still gaining momentum. We was able to flip a kid who was already committed, and we just lost. We was able to flip a kid to come to us. 4-star too. So that's big. So I guess I got to be more positive too. I guess, hey, if these recruits are still positive on the program, then I guess we got to be positive too, y'all. Right? I guess we got to be positive too, because they see a change, right? So I'm gonna be more patient. I know Lincoln Riley ain't gonna make the quarterback switch, but I hope we could just keep doing enough, I guess, to have these recruits looking at us and feel like we going in the right direction, right? Maava needs to play more. I think we all agree, but Lincoln Riley didn't double down. Lincoln Riley didn't double down on his Miller Moss love, right? Right? Because I think Lincoln Riley look at it like, if this goes this way and if this goes this way, you know, we 5-0, 5-1, 6-0. But I see it different. We a couple of plays away from being 1-5 and 2-4, if you ask me. But I guess it depends on how you look at it. Did you see the OC Register article where they was talking about how SC don't show no love to the Cali kids? Yeah. So it was a GM. Like college universities got GM. So they be like player personnel directory, like they like part of the recruiting process, and they recruiters and they evaluators, and they decide and pick on targets too. So it was a GM. I forget the GM name. They wanted to be the GM for SC. SC wanted them to be the GM. So the GM was like, USC should focus on Cali kids, and Lincoln Riley was like, nah, he didn't agree that USC should focus on Cali kids. So it's like, how we gonna build a championship roster, right? How we gonna build a championship roster if we don't focus on our Cali kids? That's like Texas not prioritizing recruiting Texas kids. That's like Georgia not prioritizing recruiting Georgia kids, right? So how we gonna build a championship program and be stacked and have depth if we not trying to prioritize our home turf? If we ain't trying to prioritize our home turf, then that means every kid, just about every kid we trying to recruit, we got to fight against the distance. We got to fight against taking them away from their family. We got to fight against home peer pressure, right? For all they peers that want them to stay home or stay in the SEC or stay in the Big Ten. We got to fight against distance and family who might want the kid to stay closer, right? So why would we want to put ourselves in a position where every recruit that we recruit, we have to convince them to leave home, leave their area, maybe leave a dream team that they might grew up playing. A Texas kid might grew up a Longhorn fan and want to be a Longhorn fan, right? How you gonna flip that kid? That gonna be tough, and it's farther away from home. So you got to have a class to where you got advantages on the recruiting. You want to have recruits so you can say, look, you can play home in your background, in your backyard, and represent where you from, right? But no, we want to recruit kids that we got to convince them to come out. It's easier to convince somebody to stay home than it is to convince them to leave out. And then they in other regions where it's anti against us. The South, they raised to hate USC. So we trying to recruit kids, and the majority of the kids we trying to recruit, their parents grew up not even liking us, don't even like us, right? So I don't know why Lincoln Riley ain't gonna prioritize California. That's silly. That's silly. This is one of the further recruiting bases. You got Florida, Texas, California, Georgia, Louisiana. You could put them in any order, right? How can you not take advantage of that? That's like LSU not prioritizing Louisiana. Alabama ain't got that much talent, but even Alabama prioritized the Alabama players, right? Alabama and Auburn trying to soak up all the little talent that's in Alabama, right? Then they go to Georgia and Florida and Texas. You always supposed to start your recruiting class at home. So yes, I read that article and it disheartened me. Like, we can't talk trash no more about why these Cali kids don't want to play for USC. Well, USC ain't recruiting them that hard. Floyd Buchard said that Lincoln Riley called him every day. Every day. Right? He said Lincoln Riley called him every day. How many Cali kids can say that about Lincoln Riley and SC? That's how the Cali kids supposed to feel. They supposed to be like, Lincoln Riley call every day. He pulling up all the time. Lincoln Riley supposed to be pulling up. I remember seeing Pete Carroll pull up to the projects. Pete Carroll went to Watts, pulled up to the Imperial Courts. Right? Hollering at kids. So I think that's a mistake. And I hope we don't pay for that. That's all I gotta say. Like, I hope we don't pay for not prioritizing California. Right? And we're gonna have to prioritize them because Oregon is putting a full press on them with attention and with money. It's one thing if we didn't have this competition that we got now. Right? But now we got another school that's doing better currently on the field year in and year out, and is prioritizing these kids and got a bag for them, and a university with 6 facilities. We're going to lose out on a lot of Cali kids. If you a kid, just like my cousin that's on the team, he told me in the beginning of the recruiting process that he gonna go where they show him the most love. Like, it was like, school matters, education matters, all that matters, but the most important thing is the love. these kids are going to where the school's gonna show the most love. So if you got Oregon loving on our Cali kids more than us, and they got a bigger bag and sicker facilities, right? They loose with the paycheck. They'll wire you some money for a verbal commitment. You know what I'm saying? Not even made public. What's your route number? Right? Oregon be like, you had your route number ready when you dealing with us. And they harassing the kids. I hear a story how Oregon be harassing these kids, calling them mad day. So we gonna lose out on a lot of Cali kids when a school like Oregon is calling them every day and got a bag ready for them whenever they want. Right? You said you believe that Raleigh. I don't believe Raleigh and staff aren't looking at California kids. Sound like BS to me. If they are good, Raleigh will be interested. Well, let's see. Like I could actually go and see where the kids from that he's offering, right? And seeing if he offering Cali kids. All right, I'm finna I'll drop the StreamYard for you. My boy John. Hold on. But she said our Supermax 1, 2, 3, 4 said they don't believe that Raleigh is not prioritizing California. I believe it because I heard him say something like that. I heard him being asked about that, and he basically was like in the middle about it. Like, it didn't sound convincing. All right, so let's look at the receipts according to the USC website. Right. So let me see. Let's see if he's focusing on California. Because we can see the offer sheet. We can see who he offered. All right, I think these are the offers. Yep, these are the offers. All right, now we could go position. All right, quarterback, he only offered one quarterback, that kid from Georgia. He offered a running back from Louisiana, Mississippi, Virginia, Georgia, Alabama, Louisiana, Alabama, California, Florida, Texas, Florida, California, Louisiana, Georgia, Oklahoma, Texas, Minnesota, Georgia. So out of 22 running backs, he offered what? 2 out of California? Davidson, that's 1. Cox, that's 2. That's it. Right? It got to be more than 2 running backs in California. That's nice. Right? So, as far as running backs, I think he ain't looking at California, y'all. I mean, this is fact over feelings. Right? I'm bringing y'all facts over feelings right now. Supermax 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I got my boy USCJ in the thing. Right? Go add J in this thing. Man, what it do, man? Y'all popping up on your boy. What's happening?
Man, I got about 5 or 10 minutes, but hey,
What's happening?
you gotta, we gotta go, we gotta do the whole thing, Carter. You know we gotta do the whole thing. I think it's partially some that we get and some that we not. Now, think about this. We got KVA, Kingston. You got Peyton Woodyard. You got Dakota Fields. You got Roger Pleasant. You got Jericho Johnson. You got all these guys from California that we offered. Marco Jones brought all these dudes in, Cali dudes, but it's like they didn't want to show us no love. We brought them in. We brought Troy Polamalu in to show love to him, but they didn't want no part of it. So it wasn't like USC wasn't going after him. Now, did we? Is it some guys, and in some of the smaller areas, yeah, and then some of the modern day guys, and of course, we got Williams from Marcellus Williams from St. John Bosco, but I will say this: I think they did try to go after a lot of guys, but a lot of guys turned us down. Man, you feel me?
Yeah, but my question is, how hard is we going after him? Like, Floyd Bucard said Lincoln Riley called him every day. Can the California recruit say that? It's one thing to offer a kid, it's another thing to really be recruiting them hard, right?
I don't know. I don't know. Well, I don't think it get any harder by bringing Troy Polamalu in, a Hall of Famer. I think that's showing like the utmost respect for Peyton Woodyard and Kingston to bring that guy in because and Troy Polamalu just don't come out. But I feel what you're saying. Um, I think that he's done. I know he took a helicopter to go see Carson Cox in Victorville. You know what I mean? So Lincoln Riley. So I remember when he did that, but I don't know how hard. Now here's the other part of it. Another part of it, I think it's like three parts to it. I think one part is they did go after some guys. Another part is how knowledgeable are they of the landscape in the California area. I really don't believe that they understand, and that to me that goes to the part that they need to hire somebody that's dedicated to California that really understands. I know Buki does, but I don't think that's his primary function. I don't think that's how he operates. I think they need somebody that's based out of that really just know California. Now I know Traco. I don't know if you ever remember him. He's from around the way. He actually trained my little brother when he was at Harbor City Junior College, and he's now the chaplain there. He knows the area, but that's not his function. He's a chaplain. He's not a recruiter. They need somebody that's really from South Central. You get what I'm saying? So I think that's another part of it. Then the other part is NIL. So I think it's three parts. Yeah, they did NIL aspect, and then lack of knowledge of the territory. You get what I'm saying?
I hear you, but at the same time, it's like it ain't hard to find these kids with the social media area. I mean, you almost could sit back on your couch and find the best players in the nation. So the fact that because they don't know LA that they ain't recruiting these kids, to me, that's BS. They hold camps every year at USC in the spring. All the California talent go out there from 7th grade to senior year. They hold camps for California kids, right? They be out there. And I can sit at home and find the best the Southern California talent. So I don't buy
I think you know how like me and you know how like okay, you know how like we could just I'm gonna just use an analogy like we could just turn on TV. I'm just giving you an example, and we could just step outside. We know what's popping in LA. We know where these dudes is. I don't. To me, I get a sense, and I feel you. Like I feel like they need to turn their attention a lot more because you got people right under your nose and you don't even realize it. You can go to Inglewood High School and you can find some dudes that's the ballers. I mean, you still got some at Sarah, you still got some at Long Beach Poly. Somebody sent me somebody today. I don't feel like they just like I feel like he's more comfortable and familiar with those areas, so that's what he turns to. Whereas
Yep.
he really needs to like the way we comfortable. I don't think they have that level of comfortability. I think that's what it is, and I think that they try to go after the big names in California opposed to looking at all the names in California. You get what I'm saying? Because
yeah,
there's some 3 stars. There's some players that are on the radar, under the radar that we know because from the turf or whatever, but they don't know about it.
exactly. I
Can I
agree.
step in?
You go ahead, John.
Hey, what's up, USCJ? This is John Alexander. I know we connect on Instagram. And what's up, Carter? How y'all brothers doing this evening?
What's up, my brother?
Man, out here in Washington, D.C., ready for that game tomorrow?
That's right. That's right. We better
Yeah.
win.
Yeah, it's a little late, so I got to talk in real quick. We about to go to the Howard homecoming event
Yeah, I'm
tonight.
about to get off of here too, though. But
Um,
yeah. I want to hear what you got to say real quick, though.
I think it's a larger perspective of not really going after what's like just really locally to you based on the fact that what happened before. Like USC came through sanctions. After the sanctions, we did Clay Helton. That was bad. But it's like, and we thought of Lincoln Riley as the home run hire, but Lincoln Riley don't got footprint in LA
That's
or
what. There you
Cali
go.
like that.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
you don't got no footprint in there like that. And then you've been having Oregon, like before that we had Stanford, like you got even all those SEC and even Big Ten schools that are been grabbing, cherry picking to where it's like, I see what you guys mean. Like, if you just put a gate around it, it'll be all good, and you could go
Yeah.
everywhere else you want and cherry pick players
Yep.
because everybody's doing it to us.
And it's so bad they don't know us. They don't know us at all. It's so bad. You got guys like Ryan Palum, who went to Milliken High School, Long Beach,
Right.
committed to us, and on the day he committed, on the day he was going to sign, at the last minute he was bouncing. I think it was the bag, but I think part of it, of course, his brother, head coach, was an Oregon alumni, but he wasn't trying to push the issue. But at the last minute, like these dudes, even Dakota Fields, I was chopping it up with Dakota Fields like every
Mhm.
day. He was giving me information. Then all of a sudden, like he was like, "Man, we about to get all these dudes." And the next thing I know, he flipped to
Yeah.
Oregon. I'm like, man, come on,
Yeah.
you know.
When you're $1 billion school, I think that it has to, you have to look at yourself like in a different perspective, especially being from LA and being where you are and having the prestige that you have. So it's like, the bag may not come from all the donors to begin with, but we could change the program to a point to where it's going to come from that. Separate from the coaching, separate from anything else that's going on. Like, let's get the kids on campus. Like, and the number one way that we see it is with the women's basketball team. Like, they brought in Juju. Look at everything she attracted. She attracted that girl, the girl from Stanford, the one from was like Oregon State. Like, they ranked number one. Like, they gonna run the ship this year, guaranteed. I'll be at every game. So it's like, you gotta look at, you gonna drop the bag, just go ahead and do it. Like, ain't nothing you got to lose. You already put $110 million on the coach.
But
You
the
already dropped
problem is,
everything for the
the
defense.
problem is
Let me ask y'all
the
this
pro-
though. Hold on, Jay. I want to ask y'all something.
Yep.
Now, y'all say all this, but we going through the list. I was going through the list before I put y'all on the board, right?
Yep.
Out of 20, we offered 22 running backs in this cycle in the 2025 class. I'm looking only 2 of them from California. So you mean to tell me it's only 2 running backs in California that's worthy for a scholarship? I got
No, but
no.
they
That's
got that
not
kid.
that's
They got that kid in Central California. I'm from Bakersfield. They got that kid going to BHS. Is a monster. He ran for
who
almost like.
who.
I can pull up his name. He's a monster. He was a monster last year. He's another monster this year. I think he may even be a junior this year. Bakersfield,
Well, I'm gonna tell.
California.
Yeah, I'm
BHS.
gonna tell you though. I'm gonna tell you if I agree with you on that point, Carter. Like I play running back. I love running backs, and
Right.
it really had me hot when Roger Robertson went to Georgia, and how we didn't even go after Roger Robertson. Now I love Marion Peterson and I love Quentin Joyner, but they didn't give Roger Robertson out of San Diego no love, and I didn't understand that because he was a baller. He was a big back, Lincoln High School. So I get what you're saying on that part. I mean, we got running backs all day
and
long in,
Is
in,
he getting
in
run
California.
USCJ though? Is he getting run out there right now at Georgia or not yet?
Yeah, I saw him a little bit last year. He didn't get a whole lot. I saw him a little bit.
Okay.
I think he might have got hurt. I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I saw him. What's the other running back that went from that's at Georgia now from California? What's
Um,
his name?
Yeah, I know you talking about. I forget his name,
yeah,
but
I know exactly what you're talking about
what
too.
else? What else is we also known for? Wide receivers, right? California.
Yeah, all day long.
Okay, so we offered 28 wide receivers. I just went through the list when y'all was talking. We only offered 2 from California. So California, who's known.
What two? Because I can think of three off the top of my head
Okay,
right now.
well, I'm finna go through the list. All right, let me see. What 2 from California? Give me. I'm scrolling.
I got
Oh,
Xavier
Phillip
Jordan in my
Bell,
head. Who?
Xavier Jordan last year class. I'm talking about this. I'm talking about 2025.
Oh, 2025. Okay.
Yeah, out of 28 receivers in 2025 class, only 2 of them from Cali. I know Phillip Bell is one off the top of
Mm-hmm.
my head, and the other one was Chris Lawson, but he committed to UW. So
And
out of
then
28 receivers, bro, hold on. Out of 28, only 2 in Cali good enough? He's not
well,
focusing on California, bro. Like, and this is just
so
the offers.
let me so what other receiver? Okay, let me ask you this. What other receivers? Think about this. We got Jerome Miles from Utah. What other receiver? Let's go down the list. What receiver in Cali right now you think better than Jerome Miles?
Not one.
Okay. So let's
See,
go down to the next one. What about Corey Sims? He's a monster, 6'3", 210. Like who would you put compared to him right now? That we got
I
Corey
put
Silver
him and
committed to
Philla. Him and Philla Bell in the same category.
side by side. There you go.
Mm.
To Nip
Yep.
Hines, who you put in Cali compared to him right now? I think we got to look at we can't look at, we got to look at the quality opposed to where they at and say and match them up compared to who we currently have compared to what the Cali ones are. Because if they better than some of the Cali ones, we got to go after the best Cali. Now that ain't the case all the time because I know there's some running backs I know in California that we could have right now at USC that we probably hadn't gone after, but that ain't the case for every position though. Like wide receiver, I think we got the best bang for our buck right now. When you talk about this class, like we probably got the best receiver class right now.
In the
Period.
nation. Yep. For
In the
sure.
nation.
Hold on. Like I got my boy Brian K. Jenkins on here. I'm gonna let him go. But like I said, y'all, still we offer 28 receivers and only 2 from California. I refuse to believe that it's only 2 receivers in California that's worth the offer from USC, bro. That's all
I
I'm
got a
saying.
question for
No,
you,
no,
Carter.
yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I agree with you, but I'm saying the class that we got, I think we got the best receiving core right now in the country.
We got a nice
I,
class though. We do.
I got a question for you, Carter. So do you okay? So what happens if you bring in a kid in that's just as good as the Cali kid and you know it, right? But what happens if the kid from Kansas or the kid from Texas is feeling SC more and the kid from Cali is trying to lay back, but you know they're equally good as talent? You gonna keep on pursuing and going after one kid when you know you got the other one in the bag?
I mean, nah, I'm gonna prioritize the kid that we leading with, but I ain't gonna give up on the other kid though. I'm gonna put the Cali kids first because we fighting against more with the out of state kid. We gotta convince them to leave home. They gotta fight peer pressure the whole time they committed to us. Like these kids is committed to us right now. They in SEC country hearing it every day at school from the coaches.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's harder to keep them kids committed anyway. So I'm gonna go after the California kids first. That's the only
You
way I
gotta
see.
go. You gotta go after the California kids. But I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you this. I'm not even gonna tell you what school he at. I got a homeboy,
Yeah.
a big time coach at one of these schools out in the city. And one of the things that he said to me, I said, "Man, what's really going on?" He said, it's not the case for everybody, but some of them think they too good for USC.
Yep.
He told me that straight up.
Straight up. It is like
He
that.
told me
I'm
that
on
straight
campus
up. I
all the
mean,
time.
he told me
It's
that
the real
straight up. And
talk.
he had one of the biggest schools in the city. And so he said, Jay, he said, man, they're gonna have to learn. I'm gonna tell you exactly what he told me. He said they be trying to go here, go here, go there. He said they trying to go to the south, they trying to go there. He said when that humidity get a hold of them, he said they not even. Man, I'm not even gonna say all this stuff, man. But hey,
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this. One of my best friends, SC was recruiting him a couple years ago. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, SC was recruiting his son. His son, like for real, like in the Clay Helton years, and he sent his son up to Washington, like talking crap about SC. And I'm like, bro, like I went to the visit, like with him, because he doesn't really know a lot as a father around that type of perspective and those type of individuals and the people that you're dealing with. And I was like, I'll go with you over there, man. It's like I know you know SC, you got people over there. And I'm like, all right, yeah. So we went over there, and it was just like they took the easier route to go to Washington. Because he was like, oh, well, Clay Helton. I'm like, dude, they gonna get it right. And then tried to come back after a year later after they got Helton. I mean, I'm sorry, Lincoln Riley. And it's like, come on, man. Like you just gotta. I think with Lincoln, I think you have to give it some time. I try to look at it in a positive perspective. I really think you have to give it some time because I know we're upset about what everything is right now, but he got left the cupboard bare, bro. There
yeah. I mean,
wasn't.
Hold on.
it's a
Let me
bad
get
situation.
let
Yeah.
me get Brian up in here. He been up in here. I know he probably want to say something. What's up, Brian?
Hey, what's good, fellas? How y'all doing? What's up, USCJ?
Big, what's the word, man?
Not much, man. I just joined in. Thanks for having me up, Carter, man. I appreciate it. Hey, listen, are we talking about the best talent overall, or are we just talking about the best talent out of LA? Because what I've been noticing is that the talent out of Los Angeles has been like kind of like holding on to the last minute and then flipping, like USCJ was
Yep.
saying. The
Yep.
problem is this, man. If talent is willing to come from down south, and from what I understand, they've been really looking for that talent down south as far as along the trenches, right? And if they just so happen to find a Cam Fountain or a guy, linebacker or defensive safety, safety or cornerback, then they'll take them too. All right. So the only issue will be the skill positions, right? The running backs and the receivers, right? If I'm not mistaken, they tried to recruit. What was his name? Salchuk out of San Diego. He didn't. He ended up going to Oklahoma, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember
Yeah.
Gavin Salchuk? Wasn't he out of San Diego?
No, that
Uh,
you talking about that tailback that went to Oklahoma?
Yeah, yeah.
No, he was out of Colorado. They had two tailbacks. They had one go out of San Diego, but the other one, Gary, he came out of Colorado.
Oh, who was the one that came out of San Diego?
That's the one I think he went last year, the year before that, right?
Yeah, so they've been trying, but here's the thing, man. I think a lot of the recruits out there, man, had a bad taste in their mouth during that Clay Helton era and started just going everywhere. They lost a lot of talent out of
yeah.
Cali. Thibodeau went to Oregon. You had Harris that went to Alabama. You had the other quarterback that went to Alabama, Bryce Young.
Bryce
So
Young
all of
flipped
the
on us.
top. So
Yeah.
so once they started seeing all of those cats going somewhere else and having success, man, it's kind of a hard pull for SC to keep the talent home, and then you combine the overlap with the NIL when they can go somewhere and get some paper, man, and still be in the rotation somewhere else. It's kind of hard sell now that Riley there. Riley has always recruited SoCal, man. He's
Yeah.
gotten
I'm gonna be honest
yeah,
though, Brian. That NIL, it was like I had a parent who tell me he was like, man, that was almost like a nail in the coffin when you talking
right,
about, especially who handing out the bag. You got cats
yeah,
coming from Cali, man. They like, man, look, I'm adding up these taxes. I'm adding up this,
right.
that. I can get my money, still be paid, and still play football at a big time school. I'm
Yeah,
not even gonna say the school because I don't like promoting.
and the problem was that SC, from what I understand, they didn't want to offer the bag to the high school players, right? They wanted to
Yep,
get on
yep.
campus and then prove, their worth. When you got schools like that, that green and that green and yellow team and Ohio State, they were just giving out the bag, off of GP. Hey, yeah, we see your film, you consider to be a 5-star. Come on out here and play with us.
Hey, you know what a commentator said the other day when the Oregon and Ohio State game?
What's
The game
that?
was so competitive and the players looked so big and so skilled. They said this is what a $20 million game looked like. That's
Right.
exactly what
Right.
they said. You remember they said that? You know why they said that?
right.
Because
I heard
both of
that
those rosters are,
yesterday.
So
yeah,
y'all
both
feel
both
like
of
we
those.
taking the right approach, or do we need to change something?
You
It's
gotta you
every,
gotta do you
it's
gotta do what they
everything.
doing. You have to do what they doing. You
Yeah,
have to
you
just
Yeah,
gotta
go
talk the
ahead and
money.
get a bag to their high school players, man. Let them come on out there, get in the weightlifting program, get in the workout program, and then like USCJ said, also, man, the taxes working against them too.
yeah,
So those
all
taxes
that.
out there in Cali, man, you got a lot of variables that's working against SC. Sure, we don't have that same luster that we had when Pete was there. And that's what a lot of people having an issue with, man. You can't expect for everybody to be able to recruit like Pete. Pete kept the top talent home and then cherry pick the kids from out of state, your Dwayne Jarrett's, your Brian Cushings, hell,
Keith
Lindell White
Rivers.
from
Yeah,
Lindell White from Colorado. So
yeah,
he kept the top
yeah.
talent home and cherry pick versus us going out of state to get all of the top talent and then trying to cherry pick what we got back in Los Angeles. Is just so happened that you compete against the Oregons and Ohio States that's automatically giving out the bag. Who was that flipped the last minute? Was it that Palum? He flipped
Ryan
the
Pace.
last
Yeah, I
minute.
just talked about it before you came on. Yep, Ryan
He
Pace.
flipped the very last minute. Oregon come
I'm
in with a
talking about
bag.
at his commitment ceremony. He was up there.
Yeah.
He probably got a phone call before he got on stage and said, "I'm about to flip to Oregon." Literally.
Yeah, the same thing. The only person I can remember flipping that late in the recruiting process was my man that went to Oregon, DeAnthony Thomas. He flipped the day of, and
Man,
that
I hated
hurt.
that, man. When that hurt my
Hurt.
feelings, man, because he was from around my. He was the Christian. Yeah, that hurt my feelings when he did that.
That happened twice
So
though. That was him and Deshaun Jackson.
Man,
Right.
he hurt my feelings too, man. I couldn't believe him. Hey, them two dudes, man.
They hurt
Boy,
right now. Those hurt right
Yeah,
there. They're like,
yeah,
yeah,
but Deshaun Jackson flipped during a time where we were stacked at receiver. Um, DeAnthony Thomas flipped during the time Pete had just left, and Kiffin was trying to keep him home. So
yeah,
we
yeah.
definitely needed him more so than we needed Deshaun Jackson. I mean, we still had receivers like Patrick Turner. We had Dwayne Jarrett, Steve Smith. So we really wasn't. What's my other man name? David Osbury. You know, the cover was full when Deshaun Jackson decided to leave, but when DeAnthony Thomas left, that hurt.
Man, man, that was devastated because but yeah, Hayes Millard came after. Did he come
Yeah, that was
after?
after. He came after. He
Yeah, he
came
came
after.
after. Yeah.
Wasn't that around the time we missed out on Manti Te'o too? The
yep. And
linebacker
then
that
and then
played.
what's
Yeah,
the kid from Florida? The one
yeah.
that ended up coming to be a all-star DB? The one from Florida? He's from Florida. He
Oh,
went to Florida
not
State.
is it?
Played in the NFL for years now. Played
Oh, I
over
know
there
what
in the
you're talking
Rams.
about. He played with Florida State. He
Yeah,
with the
and he
Dolphins
played
now,
for the
right?
Rams. They won the ship over there with him. He's a
He
You
DB.
with the
talking about
Dolphins.
you talking about Nairobi?
No, not
No, no, no,
Nairobi.
no,
The one he's
no.
from Florida. We had him locked
No, he
in.
from Tennessee. He from
He's from
Tennessee. He from
Kiffin had him.
Tennessee.
Kiffin had him done, and then he went over to
Florida State.
Florida State. But then he played for the Rams. Oh, Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah, Jalen Ramsey. You know
Oh
why
yeah, yeah, yeah,
you know
yeah.
why
He
he
was locked in with
decommitted though,
SC.
right? You know
He was
why he
all the way locked in
decommitted,
for
right?
SC. I know for a fact he was.
You know why he decommitted, right? He
Watch that.
decommitted because Kiffin had to fire Monty. Monty was bringing him in to specialize to teach him that post style Tampa 2. When Kiffin had to fire Monty, that's when he decommitted and went to Florida State.
And that's when
Right.
Kiffin brought
Yeah.
in his dad, right?
Yeah, he had to fire his dad. Remember? That was the same
Oh,
time he had to fire his dad.
right.
But Carter, hey, I want you to think about this as far as the running backs go. We've always kind of somewhat of Texas running back, whether it's Aqua Cedric Ware, whether it's Ronald Jones. Even back in the day, we had Emmanuel Moody. He was the number one running back from Texas. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? We had a few sprinkled in there all throughout the years. So it's not like we were allergic to Texas running backs, but we just kind of always had somewhat. And even you had guys like Buck Allen that came from Florida. You know what I mean? So we've had running backs that came from other places, but I get what you're saying. Running backs, we produce those all the time, but more so, I would say receivers than anything.
Right. I think I'm with Brian when he said that we doing the opposite. Like we trying to get all the kids out of state and trying to cherry pick our own backyard. It's like we looking at our own backyard like we only want the 5 stars. We're
That's the
supposed,
problem.
it's supposed to be the
That's the
other way
problem.
But
around.
that's what I said. Yeah, I agree. That's what I said. I said I think they're going for the known players opposed to the ones that like me and you know. We comfortable, we familiar, but they going with the guys that everybody knows, and so they go for the 3 stars and people that they're familiar with in them other schools in Texas and in Georgia. But it's mainly the superstars with the local guys for the most part. I haven't now I will say this, we do have some linebackers like Matai Taega, that's committed right now in the 2025 class. He's a Cali product, so I think I think the 2026 class, I think we're gonna shape up. We got Matt Ryaldrin that's committed to us right now. He's from Sierra Canyon, so I think they're trying to make an effort. But and then of course, Vicona, he's committed big offensive lineman. We just got a Utah guy from Dunn tonight, so I think they're trying to make an effort, man. It's just they got to get familiar. They got to just realize what we got, man.
Well,
Alani Noah.
I'm sorry, Jay,
Oh,
go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead. Go
Oh,
ahead.
if they want to sew Cali back up, they got to do two things. First, they need to focus on the running backs and the skill positions out west. The defensive linemen and the offensive linemen, if they want to get them out the SEC, fine, because that's where the size is. I'm just gonna keep it honest. It ain't too many, big offensive linemen and defensive linemen that's going growing trees out west like that. Even if you have to get the ones that Mississippi State recruit, that Ole Miss recruit, and not go after the ones that's Alabama and Georgia recruit, you're still going to have that size. and you're gonna have that toughness because they're used to playing in the South. We just grow different down here. It's in our DNA down here. Now, anything west of Nevada, your skill positions, your running backs, your quarterbacks, stay out west. That's what they need to do, and let them know that, hey, look, we're gonna make anything west of Nevada priority, including the LA area and the San Diego area. That's what they need to do. That's the only way they're gonna get it back. And now that the bag isn't introduced, that's only gonna make it tougher. But they got Pete Carroll back on staff. Isn't he like an advisor or something like that?
He's
He's
a
a
teacher.
professor.
He gonna be a professor. He gonna be teaching on
Yeah.
campus.
He's
Listen,
a
What's up,
rap.
Riley need to reach out to Pete. Riley
What's
need
going
to
on?
reach out to him.
here? What's up with it, Bjones?
What up, man? What's going on? B. Jenkins, what's going on?
What's going on with you, man?
So
I got a
I don't know
question
if
for
y'all
you guys.
remember this.
Do you think that I heard what you said, and that you made great points, but what about if we got a bag, right? Let's say we have a bag just like all of the other, like Ohio State or Oregon or, like Alabama, right? Why not go after the 5 stars all over first and then everything else is Cali?
That's what we were saying.
No,
That's
he
what.
was saying go after
Okay,
Cali first and then everything else go sprinkle it all over. I'm like, no, I'll go after every 5-star.
Nah. I feel like we should go after Cali first, and then get the best out of the from the other states. That's how we should do with Pete Carroll. So if that formula work, I feel like we should stick to it. But what's up, B. Jones? You trying to say something?
No, I was saying, man, I don't know if y'all remember, Jay and I did a show about this specific topic right here, man. And
Oh,
we
okay.
mentioned how I told you guys, I'm in touch with a lot of the coaches around the area, a lot of the trainers around the area, and they pretty much said the 26 class is, miles ahead of the 25 class as far as prospects, top prospects here in California. But I do have a question for y'all, man. What happened to us recruiting Hawaii for our big bodies?
Yeah, it's been a while since I heard anything come out of Hawaii. I mean, I remember we used to do that quite a bit. Yeah, Hawaii was a
Yeah,
big
like
time.
nothing, right? They
I
don't play
think
ball in Hawaii at all, right?
I think we replace Hawaii with Utah.
I agree.
Yeah, I haven't heard Hawaii in a long time, but I think Utah is starting to become a lot more, a lot more valuable than us right now. It seems. I mean, they got the Polynesians there as well. Well, we just lost one to Oregon, and but we got Dunn. Of course, we got Jerome Miles. Port Augustine. He came out of Utah. You got players that come out of Utah, man.
I'm sure.
Hey, and I was saying before y'all came on, like I guess I gotta be more positive about the program because it seems like the recruiting still is like our recruiting is still going. So if the kids is seeing something and the kids is still positive, I guess I gotta kind of like change my tone. I'm being hard on the university, but we still getting recruits, and as you say, Jay, we still moving and grooving. You feel me? I'm surprised
Absolutely.
by it though. I'm surprised.
I think it's like that, Carter Sports, because they're showing that they're competitive. Last year, especially last year, we just didn't look competitive, man. And a lot of those games, we look after the third quarter, man, we look defeated. But now it's a different tone. If you go back and look at the last two games that we lost, there was a lot of questionable calls, but we were in those games up until the last drive. Well, last year we had to score 40 and 50 points, man, just to win. Just to stay competitive. We went 6-0, and then we lost 5 of the last 6 games, and we just didn't look competitive. Now, man, those kids look like they got a bunch of fight in them, man. If you ask me.
Right, and I think they see playing time too.
Right, due to attrition, we losing a lot of top talent, and then those freshmen stepping right in. Like Cam Fountain might be called on to play tomorrow, man. It's a good possibility he might be called on to play, and that's what they're looking at. That's what they set the program on. Hey, look, man, if you come out here,
Yeah.
you're good enough. You're gonna play. So if I'm an offensive lineman, like what's the kid that just committed today?
Aaron
What's his
Dunn.
name? Okay,
Aaron Dunn.
and I see well our offensive line struggling, and that's my recruiting pitch. Hey, look, we got freshmen playing all over the field. So we got Alona Noah. Noah, is he a redshirt freshman or is he a true freshman? He's a
Red
redshirt, right?
He's a true sophomore
True
because he played
sophomore.
all last year. Yeah,
Okay.
he played all
So
last year.
you can step right in and compete and possibly play as opposed to going to the SEC and sitting behind somebody 2 or 3 years because unless you top tier like the kid that came out of ING and went to Colorado, I think he started left tackle. Unless you like that, man, and you go to a program to where, hey, look, they really need you. If you in the SEC, man, you gonna sit behind somebody.
right,
It just is what it is.
Yeah,
right.
so I think we're doing a lot better, man. But it's gonna be a continual narrative that's gonna go out there, and you start seeing it all on Twitter, man. I mean, our fan base goes crazy, and I think they really just got to let the process just really work out, and let's see exactly how it unfolds because I'm very excited. I'm excited about the guys who got a 23 class. I mean, I think they're still paying dividends for us. I think the 24 guys. Look what Desmond Stevens did last Saturday. That dude is a baller. You know what I mean? So we
Wildly
got some
underrated.
guys, man. Yeah, yeah. We got guys like Cam Fountain, Desmond Stevens, of course, Braylon Shelby, all these guys, man. I mean, I think they actually doing Braylon Collie and Carter. I know you high on him. You high on him like I'm high on him.
Man,
So we got
I think he
some
could play
dudes.
right now. I think Conley
I,
could play
I do
right now.
too.
They just
I
saving
do
him.
too. And I hate, well, yeah, I hate that because you see what Desmond Stevens did. And look, man, well, I'm not gonna get into that. It's a whole nother
Now,
story, but
I see why
play the best play.
they saving them though, because you got to look at our roster. We like our whole defense can be gone next year. Gavin Meyer,
A lot of
Kobe,
them gonna be gone.
yeah, Kobe.
Actually, Kobe Pepe and Gavin Meyer, I just found out that they both probably coming back.
They got an extra year.
I
Yeah,
know
Gavin
Kobe
Meyer got
Pepe
it.
does it.
I don't think
it-
Gavin Meyer do.
I think
so,
somebody told me he got
somebody,
another year. I gotta look it up.
yeah, I think I just found that out. I didn't think he had a year, but I think Gavin Meyer can come back and Kobe Pepe.
Okay.
Yep.
I know our linebackers gone though, right? Mason Cobb
Yeah,
and
yeah, they gone.
I know Jalen Smith, a senior. Do he got another year though?
I don't think
I
Jalen
think
Smith got another year.
All right,
he
that's
came
what I'm
in
saying.
before the
T.
year. I'm not
Arnold,
sure.
like a lot of players on our defense gonna be gone, right? That's why
Yeah,
it's
Anthony Beavers, and he could come back. He could come back for another one.
yeah. So it's kind of a blessing that Lucas and Gentry went out because we gonna need them next year.
Yeah, they coming back, and then Rajon coming back.
So we gonna be young on defense next year. So is we still in rebuild mode next year? That's what I fear. That's why I'm not trying to give up on this season. That's why I want to throw my ivy in and see if we could go 6-0. You know what I'm saying? And see if the committee can look at us and be like, okay, they a whole different team. Just like when we took out Max Brown and put in Sam Darnold, maybe we could get in
Yeah,
the playoff, right?
Sam Donald should have been starting from the beginning, man.
man, I'm trying to check. Look, man. Hey, you know what's crazy about that? Alabama, we were kind of competing with Alabama. Then Nick Saban said, "You know what? Enough is enough." Then he put Jalen Hurts in there, and everything changed. Everything changed.
Uh,
Right. Right.
yeah,
So
they
that's
had
what I'm
Blake
saying,
Barnett.
man.
They started Blake Barnett that game.
He was from
Our defense
California.
was yeah, he's a Cali kid, and our defense was competing. But when they put in Jalen Hurts, man,
It
actually
was over.
that first play Jalen Hurts got in, he fumbled. Remember, he
Yeah,
fumbled, and
but
then
I remember he started running, man. I said,
it was
here we go
over.
with this. It was over. It was over.
Hey, but to be
So
fair, give me just a second, Carter. To be fair, the only coach that has won a BCS bowl game in a conference title has been Clay Helton since Pete Carroll left.
Yep.
right,
Okay,
right.
but he did that
So
with Sark's players, man. We got to tell the whole
true.
story on that one.
True, but you still got to
Yeah.
coach him though, B. Jones. You still got to coach him.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, so that's why I'm still trying to salvage this season because I feel like next season on a defense at least is gonna be a rebuild. So we're gonna have to go into the portal next year from all the players we losing. So is we gonna play this time in the portal with the D lineman? Is we gonna be like they cost too much? Or are we gonna put our money where our mouth is? Because we ain't getting no sacks this season. We missed out on edge rushers in the portal, right? Is we gonna play, Jay? Because I know you be knowing behind the scenes. Like, is we gonna put our money where our mouth is this all season?
Hey, I got a question for everybody on the panel. Do y'all think that had Sark been able to get his act together, he would still be at SC, and we would probably have that? We would probably have a team resembling Texas right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's a great chance. Yep.
Yeah, I think they were saying Stark was an alcoholic when he was at SC or something.
Yeah, he was. He was. He was.
And
Who's a better? Who's a better
he
play
from
caller? Who's
yeah,
a
he from
better
right
play
there. He from
caller?
right there in
Sark.
Torrance.
Who's a better play caller, Sark or Riley?
In my opinion, I'm gonna say Sark.
Sark.
I know everybody keep giving Lincoln this offensive guru title, but it seemed like he missed the basics a lot of times, man.
Well, I'm gonna say the Lincoln from Oklahoma. Like this Lincoln that we've been seeing is not the same Lincoln. I'm saying like I ain't saying that to be funny, but I just remember Oklahoma. They had way more. It seemed like they were way more plays available to them.
They had a mobile quarterback. Like
I mean that too.
I'm gonna keep it real. I didn't start having doubts in Lincoln Riley offense till this year, right?
Me either.
Well,
So
yeah, to be fair, Carter, man. Again, like I've been saying since the Minnesota loss, man, we don't have the offensive lineman to fit
Yep.
Moss. I've been saying that. I'm like, Riley doesn't call offensive plays for a post-style quarterback. It's always been a dual threat quarterback. Even what's my man that went to who playing with the Saints right now, the quarterback Rattler. Even Rattler was more athletic than Moss.
Yeah,
And
he
I'm
was
not taking anything.
way more.
And I'm not taking anything from Moss. I'm not knocking Moss. He's a cerebral quarterback, but it's almost like he's a statue back there. Almost.
And I think he could actually run, but he doesn't. He does. I don't know if he wants to run.
he don't got the feel. He don't have the feel. He don't feel the rush like Caleb did. It ain't that he's a statue. His instincts ain't there. You feel me? He could run a little bit in a straight line. He don't feel the pass rush. He feel it at the last minute. Then he gonna rush his throw.
I mean, he moved around the pocket pretty well, man, that Penn State game. But he definitely, I'll tell Jay, I've been telling Jay for 3 weeks now, man. It's gonna take him to get up the field a couple times, man, to ease up that pressure, man. If he don't do that, then they just gonna keep.
He gonna have to.
Yeah, that's another thing I noticed. Sometimes he dropped too far back in the pocket.
Yes.
I seen I seen a couple sacks where it was just he dropped too far back.
That pick he threw against Penn State, that was a 7-step drop. I was begging for him to climb the pocket. I was like, man, he dropped back too far. And I'm like, climb the pocket. And he ended up throwing that pick. He dropped back too far, man.
Yeah, Cody Kessler said something similar to that when he threw that pick. He said he dipped his shoulder or something. He said it wasn't the right way, and that's kind of one of the reasons why he threw that.
And the one he threw in the Minnesota game, he dropped back too far. It was a 7-step drop. The one he tried to go to deuce down the sideline and they picked it off.
Yeah,
like man, he dropping back too far and he not climbing that pocket soon enough. That clock, like Carter was saying, that he don't have that internal clock in his head.
Nope.
That hey, look, I need to get rid of this thing, or I need to take off. He don't have that in his head, man.
Yep. We'll see what happens tomorrow.
What y'all think, Maryland? Let me get y'all a little before we get out of here. Let me get y'all Maryland prediction. I ain't really had time to scout them, so what they looking like? I heard they got a passing attack though.
So I
checked got a heck of a passing attack.
I checked them out. I'm out here. I came to the game just to see them and hang out. But it's those whiteouts are legit.
They're legit, man.
They legit. And this is the game where I'm really gonna let my DBs eat because they don't have a running attack. So like we don't ever go man press, but I'll press those wide receivers now and then let my defensive line get some sacks. Let them go ahead
I
and get some
agree with
confidence. Put them youngsters in there. I keep trying to say it. I've been saying, I don't know if you guys heard the live last week with Carter and I, but I was like, now they're playing the youngsters. Let them get some confidence. Let them go after, just go after it. Like when Pete Carroll days, we can remember that because it was so aggressive. Like now it's time to get aggressive. We don't have nothing to lose.
nothing.
No, we gotta take the gloves off, man, and really get
Yep.
busy.
So just real quick,
You don't got
man.
to worry about the tight end now. The tailbacks, they're all right. And then,
Yep.
it's the same thing on offense. Run the ball. Hey guys, I'm about to get out of here. I just wanted to tap in. Hey, I
Yeah, I
follow
gotta get
all of
out
you
too.
brothers, man. It's many blessings.
Yeah,
Yeah, and I'll
likewise,
tap
fam.
in. And USCJ, I'm always on your Instagram, man. John Alexander. I'm here, brother. I
Oh
appreciate you
yeah, for
guys,
sure.
man.
I
I'll
appreciate you,
tap
fam.
in, but we about to get out to the Howard homecoming, and I'll be at the game tomorrow, and maybe we can go live afterwards and see what it is.
That's what's up. All right, man. Hey,
Y'all be
stay
safe.
blessed.
Have a blessed evening. All right.
All right.
All right.
All right, Carter, I'm out, man.
All right, Jay.
I got some fish I'm about to get on, man. Some salmon. You feel me? I got to get my protein, big dog.
I feel you the healthy way too.
There you go. All right. I'm about to be literally lost in the sauce, homie. I'll
I
holler.
can hear that plate right now. I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm going to get at you.
Looking out for pulling up, though, Jay. I appreciate you.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I'll holler, man. Stay blessed.
Yep. Bjones, before you get out of here, what you think about the Maryland game? I didn't hear what you had to say.
So I was just about to tell y'all, man. All right, so the leading receiver is Ty Felton, man. So he has 55 receptions on the year, 719 yards, 5 TDs. He's like their Zachariah Branch, man. He's their shifty guy. The second leading receiver is Caden Prather, I'm sorry. And he has 34 receptions with 350 yards, 3 TDs. He's their deep threat. He's a bigger body. He's similar to Jacoby Lane. And it was in his build at least. Billy Edwards Jr. is the quarterback. He has 1,740 yards, 11 TDs, 3 INTs. That's 55th in FBS right now. So they got a solid passing attack, man, between those three. Their running game is pretty much non-existent though. So I mean, but this is the game, man, that we got to get pressure. We got to get pressure for sure. Yeah, so I mean, the secondary, they just gotta go out there and do that thing, man. I want to see Sellers, man. We heard a lot about him in the spring, and even in fall camp, man. We was hearing good things about Marcellus, man, but we ain't seen him yet.
Right. So I got one last question for I want to see Sellers too. I really want to see Conley. I think Conley the first DB up though. I think Conley is ahead of Sellers out the young dudes.
Okay.
I think so. Like from what I've been hearing, and then what I've seen in the Utah State game, and the coaches talk about him a little bit more. But before I go, I want to ask y'all this: since we know they're a passing tag, I want to know what you think too, Brian. Do y'all think our passing defense gonna hold up after we gave up 200 and some yards to that tight end? Y'all say they got a passing attack. We ain't got no pass rush. So do y'all think we gonna hold up? Or is they gonna get loose? Is we gonna have to win a shootout? Is we gonna have to eat them yards? Or can we shut it down?
I'll say this: if Delta Lynn can disguise a lot of our coverages, I think we got a chance. But that's on the defensive end. On the offensive end, I really want to see Jay Meyer get in there, man. I really do, for at least a couple packages, just to see, just to get his feet wet, to see what it looked like. Like you said earlier, Carter, we ain't got nothing to lose right now. Why not play him?
Exactly.
Why not play him?
It's nothing but upside.
Yeah, and he threw for what, 3,000 at UNLV?
Yep.
3,000 yards. So he can sling the pill, right? Obviously, he can sling the pill. And he don't remind me of Caleb. He's not that athletic, but he remind me of Sam Darnold. And Sam Darnold would at least buy himself some time to make plays down the field. And that's what we don't have in Moss. And again, I'm not knocking Moss at all. But Moss can't buy himself time in that pocket to make the pass down the field. If he don't get that first and that second read and that 1,000, 2,000, and they got a pretty strong edge rush, we in trouble. We in trouble. So We
ain't
got
got
the
that.
Riley.
Yeah.
Riley has always had quarterbacks that can buy themselves time, at least another 2.5 seconds. Even with Spencer Rattler, like I was saying, and he's been the least athletic of all the Riley quarterbacks that have gone on that's currently starting in the NFL right now and have won Heisman. And even here, even Rattler getting some burn right now in the NFL, but Moss just can't buy that time that we need in order for that Riley offense to run. And it's like we force feeding Zach on the outside instead of using Zach as a decoy, like they did on that quit and join a run. Zach was used as a decoy and we ended up scoring versus trying to put him in, as the primary target and forcing throws to him. Use him as a decoy.
Score prediction. Oh, B Jones, what you think? You think our pass D gonna hold up, or are we gonna have to eat that and still win?
I think I'm gonna say this: they haven't faced a secondary as talented as ours yet. If you look at the team that they played, so I think they'll be able to hold up. I think they're eager to prove that they can too now. So I expect to see a very pissed off team out there. So for us, man.
What time the game start?
Oh shoot.
3 o'clock Central Time, so it'll be 2 o'clock West Coast. I mean 1 o'clock West Coast. I'm sorry, 1 o'clock West Coast.
It's on the
And
Big T network.
no, I think they on which
Fox
I
Sports
can't
1.
remember. Yeah, FS1. FS1.
All right, bet. Give me y'all score predictions, then we out.
34-20, man.
31-20.
34-20.
And see,
Yep.
what you got, Brian?
Every time I give a score prediction, man, we end up losing. So
I
don't want to give it, man.
All
I
right,
don't want to give it, man. I don't even want to give it. So I'm gonna stay neutral on there. I'm just watching mine in front of the TV. So I ain't gonna do it today, man. I ain't gonna do it.
all right. They say the game on FS1. Bet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Appreciate y'all for pulling up. Y'all should pull up all the time, man. This how I want to do it. I don't want to be on here talking to myself.
Anytime, man. Anytime, man.
Hey, B Jones, when the next time y'all going live? When y'all going live? I've been missing y'all
We'll
live.
be live Sunday. We'll be live Sunday, man.
All right, drop the link. I'm gonna hop on there.
Bet.
All right,
Hey,
bet.
Jenkins,
All right,
come by
y'all.
too,
Fight
man.
on.
All right, I will, man. Appreciate y'all guys, man. Fight on, man.
Fight on.
All right.
Yeah, B, you gonna have to be quit. All right, y'all. We out of here.